welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing the 5th chapter, Footprints Without Feet by H.G. Wells from the Supplementary Reader for English Class 10. So, Footprints Without Feet is a science fiction story about a brilliant but misguided scientist named Griffin, who discovers a way to make his body invisible. The story shows how his extraordinary invention, instead of bringing success and fame, leads him to trouble because he uses it selfishly and irresponsibly. It warns the scientist and scientific community that knowledge without moral values can be dangerous. So let's go into the story. So it all starts with two boys in London who are shocked to see fresh, muddy footprints on the steps of a house, even though no person can be seen making them. So they are afraid also, and they are curious of how new footprints are just happening on the instant. And more footprints appear and continue down the street, growing lighter as they disappear. So unknown to the boys, the footprints belong to Griffin, our scientist, who has discovered how to make the human body invisible through experiments and special drugs. So although highly intelligent, Griffin has a rebellious nature and irresponsible nature also. When his landlord tries to evict him, Griffin burns down the house in revenge. So to escape without being caught, he removes his clothes and becomes invisible completely. So however, this leaves him helpless, homeless, and wandering the streets of London in the freezing winter. So seeking warmth, Griffin sneaks into a large London store after closing time. He helps himself to food, clothes, shoes, and a hat, and finally sleeps comfortably between quilts. But the next morning he oversleeps and is discovered by the shop assistants who have come to open the store. In panic, he runs and escapes only by removing all of his clothes again, which he had just stolen. So he becomes invisible again in the cold January air. Desperate for both warmth and a disguise that will hide his invisibility, Griffin enters a theatrical costume shop. So there he finds bandages, fake nose, whiskers, dark glasses, and a hat that makes him appear like a normal person. So he covers his face and hands all with bandages and wears a hat and a fake nose and all those things. Before escaping, he attacks the shopkeeper and steals some money. This shows that although Griffin is a brilliant scientist, talented human being, he uses his invisibility for selfish and criminal purposes. So now we'll go to the comprehension. This ends part 1. So we'll go to the comprehension section. So how did the invisible man first become visible? So how did the man first, we are able to see that he is a human and not some kind of supernatural being. So we'll go to page number 27. We have the answer for it. He goes to a big London store where he has already lost all his clothes and he has come out running. So he needs warmth and clothes to recover. So he first becomes visible when he enters the big London store. For us, for the readers, we are saying. And he helped himself to the clothes, hat, warm garments, shoes and overcoat and everything, and he starts to look like a normal person again. Next one. Why was he wandering the streets? So why was he wandering the streets in the sense? Griffin was wandering the streets because he had set fire to the landlord's house, his landlord's house, after a quarrel because he wasn't paying the rent, so he disliked him, and so the landlord evicted Griffin out of the house. So he had to take revenge because he is quick-tempered. So he set fire to the house, and to escape quickly, he started to remove all his clothes and became invisible. And this left him homeless without any money, shelter, and forced him to roam the streets in the midwinter. We'll go to the next part now. So what happens in the next part is, Griffin, wanting to escape the crowds and cold of London, travels to a quiet village called Epping and books a room at the local inn. His mysterious appearance and solitary nature causes curiosity among the cohabitants and also the village people. Mrs. Hall, the owner, allows him to stay as long as he pays in advance. So she is okay if he is an unusual person. As long as he is giving money, I'll let him stay. Like that she is. Soon his money runs out, and he secretly starts to steal housekeeping money from the local clergyman. The same morning, strange events start to take place in the inn. Always he keeps his door closed, and one day the door was open, and Mrs. Hall and her husband thought they could just peep in and see what kind of person he is, because they are always curious about this kind of him. So they go inside. All his bandages and clothes are on the floor. So they think that he is not there in the room, but he is actually there because he is invisible. So now that they both are there, he wanted them to leave. So what he does is he takes the hat and throws it on Mrs. Hall's face, and he moves the furniture and tries to use the chair to push them both out of the room and slams the door and closes it. So next time when Mrs. Griffin confronts him regarding the money for rent, he loses his temper and reveals his secret. Because everybody have started to assume that he is doing witchcraft in the rooms, because he is not seen, he is unusual, he doesn't talk to anyone, and suddenly the furniture in the rooms are moving. So they assume that he is some kind of wizard or something, that he is kind of supernatural elements he is dealing with, that they think that. So everybody is they assume that he is some kind of a witch, like that. So when he is confronted with all these accusations, he suddenly loses his temper and removes the bandage on his head, showing that he is a headless man. And this scares everyone, and they immediately call the village constable. So the village constable arrives to arrest him, but Griffin throws him off and takes off all his remaining clothes and becomes completely invisible. And in that struggle, the man constable has actually been knocked unconscious. So this is causing harm to someone. So Griffin escapes unseen after taking off all his clothes. So he leaves the villagers terrified and confused. So this brings us to the end of the story. So let's go to the comprehension. What does Mrs. Hall find why does Mrs. Hall find the scientist eccentric? Eccentric in the sense something unusual or strange. So Mrs. Hall finds Griffin eccentric because he behaves in a strange manner and avoids confrontation or conversation, keeps to himself and shows irritable temper, and his usual appearance, habit, and of locking himself in the room and refusing to explain his actions, all add to the belief. They have been culminated to a belief that he is an odd and mysterious person. What curious episode occurs in the study? So in the study of the clergyman. So at the house of the clergyman, what happens is, early one morning, the clergyman hears sound of someone stealing money from his study. So he goes down to check it out. However, when he opens the room, the door of the room to catch the thief, he finds the room completely empty. Yet the money has disappeared. The invisible Griffin had committed the crime, the theft, making it strange and confusing for others because nobody knows that he is invisible. Next question. What does other extraordinary things happen in the inn? So what other extraordinary thing happens in the inners? Just as we described before, the door to Griffin's room is ajar. So both his wife and Mrs. Hall, Mr. Hall and Mrs. Hall, they both think that they need to see what is going on inside. So they go inside. At that time, they witness the furniture moving on its own. The hand jumps from the table bedpost to her face, and the chair pushes them out of the room and slams and locks the door. Who does this? They don't know. They think it is something supernatural. And these events make Mrs. Hall believe that the room is haunted by some ghost. So, though they were actually caused by Griffin, who is invisible. So, we go to the book back questions. Griffin was rather a lawless person. You have to comment on this. So, how we can say he is lawless? We can say because Griffin may have been a brilliant and talented scientist, but he had no respect for the law or morality. He burns down his landlord's house just because he got evicted and steals money from the clergyman because he ran out of money. And then he threatens people and he uses violence on them when he is cornered. So just when the constable came to arrest him, he knocked him unconscious and he ran away. He uses his scientific discovery in a selfish and manner, and he does not care about the harm it causes others. Next question. How would you assess Griffin as a scientist? So, Griffin as a scientist is an extremely talented and successful person because he was capable of achieving the extraordinary feat of making a human body invisible. However, he lacks discipline, responsibility, and ethics that form cornerstones to being a scientist because you have to be responsible of the power you yield because they bring about new discoveries and inventions that may help humans, but it should not be used wrongly. So his genius is wasted because he uses his discovery for crime and personal gain rather than for the good of society. So next question. Would you like to become invisible? What are the advantages and disadvantages? You can pick any one. So I'll give you 3 points. You can pick either you want to first you mention whether you want to be invisible or not. So that one first you mention. Next you can provide 2 examples of being invisible and advantages of it. Then you can mention the 2 disadvantages of being invisible. All the things like if you get hurt, you are not able to be helped by others. And you can mention like if you have seen the movie Harry Potter, in one of the movies like Half-Blood Prince, it happens like Harry is wearing his invisibility cloak and he tries to snoop on Malfoy while he's talking and he gets detected by them. And Malfoy immediately he puts on a curse, such as a full body bind curse, like paralyzes him, and he falls down. But nobody heard it because he is under the invisibility cloak. But Malfoy finds him, opens his face and sees that it is Harry Potter. He just puts the face cloth back on and he just leaves him on the train. Since he is invisible also, nobody is able to care for him or know that he is actually lying down there. So, but Nymphadora Tonks, she recognizes that Harry has not got down from the train. So, she tries every compartment and when she calls out to him and she hits her leg on him and finds out that he is there. So, then she rescues him. So, that way, if they are getting hurt, that is if you are getting hurt as an invisible person, people may not be able to help you in that sense. So, those things you can add. Next, finally, you can conclude with how invisibility can be a great thing for a few days, but then it is highly risky because you are not able to wear any clothes, those things, and people may take you for experimentation. The government may take you, the scientist committee might take you for experimentation, how you have done this and how you are reacting to things. So, those kind of things are all the disadvantages of being invisible. So, all these points you can include in your paragraph. Next one. Are there any forces around us that are invisible? For example, magnetism. Yes, there are many forces that are not visible to our eyes. And you can mention magnetism, gravity. We can experience gravity, but we cannot see it. Then we have the electrical forces, and we cannot see them, but we can feel them. So, all those things you can mention. Next, what are the small things that are naked to our eyes that we can't see? Atoms, molecules, germs and viruses, air and gases. We can't actually see these things. Infrared light, ultraviolet light, all those things we cannot see. So, these things are invisible to us. So, they are asking what your world would be if you could actually see them. So, if we could see them, then it will be a really, really complex world for us. Because, what you can say, it would be scary for us also. It will be entertaining, but it will be still scary. Because you can see the bacteria and virus on things and you will not be able to touch anything with that sense. And it is more complex and it will make your mind really hurt. Because you cannot comprehend so much for us. Because according to science, we are only using 1% of our brain. So there is a movie called Lucy, and if you saw that movie, you will in that protagonist named Lucy, she encounters a drug which makes her it gives her the ability to use the 100% of her brain. So what happens is she starts to see these magnetic lines, electromagnetic lines and the phone signals and everything she is able to see. And she is even able to time travel because she could go through time space dimension. So all these things is too much for her because her brain cannot handle this much information. So finally she becomes a sentient being. So that much of information is too much for our brain. So you can mention that there are forces, and if you were able to see all these things, it will be a very difficult life for us. That you can mention. Next, what makes glass or water transparent? What is the scientific explanation for this? So glass and water are transparent because their molecules do not absorb visible light, and instead they allow the light to pass through them. So maximum they allow to pass. Any impurities are there, it gets stirred. So what happens is very little scattering happens. So the very little scattering happens. That's why we are able to see through glass and water. So scientifically, is it possible for a man to become invisible or transparent? Scientifically, for a man to become invisible and the body to either become transparent or bending like just like glass or water is highly impossible, because we have to, it is a complex process and we have not yet discovered or invented such a process till now. So while total invisibility is currently impossible, researchers have experimented with metamaterials and optical camouflage, just like invisibility cloaks. And science fiction sometimes has ideas to inspire real science. So, but human invisibility still remains beyond our current technology. So, that is the answer for that. So, this brings us to the end of the story. So, our story ends by showing us that Griffin's brilliant scientific discovery becomes meaningless because he uses that for his selfish and irresponsible reasons. So, instead of helping society with what he discovered, he turns to crime and violence. which ultimately isolates us. Footprints without feet teaches us that scientific achievements must be guided by moral values, or they can destroy the person who wields them, or it may harm others also. So we have a few suggested reading books. So the three books are Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. So H.G. Wells, what he did is this one, Our Story, is part of a school summarized version. So the full book is The Invisible Man. So you can read more about Griffin and the atrocities that he does in that book, because he uses that invention to cause chaos and crime and eventually becomes a danger to the society and to himself. So next one, As Far as Human Eye Can See by Isaac Asimov. Asimov, this one is an essay about science. About it, one explains the wonders of science, space, astronomy to the human knowledge and technology. And he explains this complex ideas in simple, fascinating ways so that we can understand. And it ignites the scientific curiosity among us. Next one, It Happened Tomorrow, Bal Pondake. This book is a compilation of Indian science fiction stories that imagine future technologies and possibilities. The anthology combines science with imagination, encouraging readers to think about how science may shape tomorrow's world. So this brings us to the end of our chapter and also our video. So if you have any queries regarding this chapter or previous chapters, please feel free to contact us at Go Ask Now Academy or leave a comment below for your questions, and we will answer them back. So catch you soon in the next video. Thank you for watching this.